Guess what? If life isn't moving in a positive direction, you need to slow down. You need to give yourself permission to slow down. Slow down your thoughts. Slow down your actions. Slow down your thinking. Slow down your breathing. Slow down your moving. You're probably doing a lot of stuff. Everybody on this planet is doing all kinds of stuff. We're doing lots and 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 lots of things, thinking even more lots and things. And yet, what are you really accomplishing? What are you really getting out of your experience? What do you think this whole experience is about? There's an awakening happening. If you're hearing this message, you're a part of that. I know this with all my heart, with all my mind, with all my soul, and with all my strength. If I'm a part of this awakening, guess what? You're a part of it. That's the law of attraction. Like attracts like. I'm waking up. I'm expanding. I'm becoming greater than who I was yesterday, last year, last week. And a big part of this is waking up every single day with intention, understanding that the spirituality of who I am, who you are, is superior. It's superior to our physical experience, to what we think. What we think matters, right? It's so easy to get caught up in all the hype, man, all the shit. And, you know, I'm kind of the messenger. And I remember I used to ridicule guys and gals like me when I was in the party mode, right? No one liked the party pooper. I definitely didn't like the party poopers. I would ridicule the shit out of the party poopers, man. And I would do everything I could to try and destroy them or get them to compromise, right? The goody good goods. And yet here I am, right? Here I am. And the party I'm talking about is just all the distractions, right? All the self-medicating patterns and beliefs and habits. And it's really a totality of suffering, right? Because everything that you're doing is to get your mind off of what really matters most. Think about that. What you are doing, right? You think you're just watching your favorite team, right? You just think you're watching incredible athletes. Hours and hours and hours and hours and hours of your life. You just think you're watching incredible people perform, and that's it's inspiring to you, or it's you're competitive. Well, it's like, I'm not saying to disconnect from all that, but what I am saying is, are you able to really pull back and say what matters to you? And see, if you're able to prioritize your life in such a way that the things that matter you do first. And guess what? That's built into the 1% Better Everyday Journal, is focusing on things that matter. And when you say something matters, it's in your heart. It's like, if being healthy matters to you, what kind of adjustments do you think you're going to make in terms of your thoughts, in terms of your nutrition, in terms of your activity, in terms of your daily patterns, right? If being healthier matters to you, right? If healing your emotional wounds and feeling a greater sense of self-mastery, of trusting yourself, right? If trusting yourself in all situations matters to you, what are you gonna do to work on understanding yourself on the inside at a deeper level? What are the activities, the programs, and the process that you're going to invest in to be able to deal with and identify the things that have caused you pain that also continue to show up in your life and leave you feeling more pain, more isolation, and a greater need for escape, a greater need to say, I can't handle this life. It's too hard. I'm not lucky. I'm not like them or him or her or whatever it is. And it's all lies. If feeling a greater sense of freedom matters to you, what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do to feel more free? Right? You say the Pledge of Allegiance if you're here in the US of A every single day. That's going to make you feel more free. That ain't going to make you feel more free. Especially if you're punching a clock, right? Doing something that you kind of compromised and settled on, but hey, it pays the bills and, you know, get you through. Get you through what, man? A shitty life? What does it mean to be more free? Maybe you need to improve your financial literacy, right? Maybe you need to look at some investments. Maybe you need to take some risks. Maybe you need to start that business. Maybe it starts as a side hustle and it becomes the main hustle, and next thing you know, it sets you free, right? But you got to have the confidence to try new things, no matter what it is that you're wanting to improve in your life. And that's why so many people feel stuck, is because you're going round and round and round, and you're actually not stuck, you're going down. The spirals. Round and round is a spiral, and it's either going up, and you know if you're going up, man, you know when life is getting better and you're becoming more confident and courageous, taking on bigger challenges each and every day. And you also know when you're avoiding things based on what? Fear. You're not facing your own fears. And if you're not facing your fear, then there's a really good chance that you're missing out on the opportunities for you to have your breakthrough moments. On the other side of that fear is something really special. But you have to have the mental clarity. I call that being sober, right? And you got to develop the courage, the confidence in yourself that your word matters. Not your mind. Our minds, man. Our minds are tricky. Because I guarantee you got that inner critic that wants you to stay stuck. It wants you to be fearful. It wants you to avoid making the changes that would absolutely 100% change your life, right? You've been hearing about 1% Journal. You've been hearing about the Results Kill Excuses app. You've been hearing all of these things that are opportunities for you, and yet what? You're sitting there? You're still sitting there. You're still overthinking things, right? That's called rumination. That's a sense of depression. You're stuck. And it's mentally you're stuck. So how do you get unstuck? How do you get unstuck? If you can have enough sense of being, right, to start asking for some help, to even just ask yourself, what can I do that I know I would do, that if I did this, it would improve my life? Jordan Peterson talks about that. That helped me stop to smoking weed, THC, right? A little over 2 years ago. I needed to give that up. I was trying to justify it because I used to have a prescription for it, chronic pain. And it's like, nah, I didn't need that no more. I could heal myself. Life on life's terms is the greatest flex. But yet, guess what? I had to overcome a lot of limiting beliefs. And by limiting beliefs, I'm saying there's a lot of things I believed about myself, about the world, that I needed to redefine. Well, how did I do that? Did I figure it all out in my head? No. I didn't figure out everything in my head. I needed to start writing this shit down. What did I believe about THC? What did I believe about sobriety? What do I believe about success? What do I believe about health? What do I believe about money? What do I believe about relationships? What do I believe about love? What do I believe about being a dad? Right? What do I believe about a man being emotional, being sensitive? What do I believe about spirituality? What do I believe about life? What do I believe about death? What do you believe about all these things? If I have these thoughts, you're having these thoughts, but you're trying to figure it out all in your head still, my guess is. And look, man, you want to swerve on the 1% Better Everyday Journal because, oh shit, it costs money. Well, it's an investment in yourself. It's an incredible resource. I know that it took me 13 years of trial and error to really birth an incredible resource to help people really launch, find the traction, find the breakthrough moments in order to really start to self-actualize. Hold yourself accountable. These are skills that you need to have. If you don't have discipline and self-accountability and a real deep reason why are you doing this, right? Is it because you just want a quick fix, or is it because you know that you've had enough and you're ready to truly transform your life for the better and forever? Forever. That needs to be the mindset. I'm ready to change my life for the better, 1% every day, and I'm ready to change my life forever. And I'll let go of anything that I need to in order for me to maintain that commitment, that vow, that pledge to myself. A lot of you, if we talk about spirituality, a lot of you have welcomed and invited a lot of dark energy into your life. You could call them demons and dragons and whatever you want to do. But at the end of the day, I know that throughout my journey, there was some times I was really desperate. Really, really desperate. And I do remember kind of inviting dark energy to be a part of my journey. And dark energy could be very manipulative. It's very secretive. It will lie to you. It feeds off of you. And I realized that as I started doing some auto journaling recently, this dark energy was coming up. And it was deceptive. And I kept testing the spirits. This is something that you need to be able to do as you start going down this journey. You need to test the spirits. The spirit that I am walking in right now is full of light, love, joy, peace, authenticity. It's not deceptive. It doesn't leave you confused. Even when there's something that's a little mysterious or a little new, right? You're going to still have a peace about it based on what level of faith you have. When things leave you confused, that's a question. That's like a red flag in the spiritual world, man. When you're feeling confused, just know that there's probably a time in your life where you were feeling desperate, helpless, alone, unloved, and you probably invited in some dark energy. And guess what? That dark energy is still working in with you. The dark energy is the voice that casts all the doubt on you, that acts as if it's there for you to protect you, but it's really keeping you isolated. It's keeping you held back. It's keeping you in a dark place, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, financially, just all of it. And it's time that you go in and start to heal this stuff. Start to identify that, guess what? Yeah, you need to cast out the darkness. You need to shine light inside your soul to really fully see with clarity all that you have experienced in life. And as you shine light in there, yeah, that some of that stuff's gonna be painful to have to face. Some of it is stuff bad things that happen to you, and some of it's bad stuff you did. But again, you can't, it's important when you start doing this spiritual work that you don't go in there with judgment and a spirit of criticism. And here's the thing. If you need help doing this because it feels a little bit like too much, but you're ready to really do it, reach out. Greg@resultskillexcuses.com. Right? Tell me a little bit about yourself in an email. Schedule a session with me and show the fuck up. Yeah, and it's going to be scary. You're going to be scared to show up, right? You're going to be scared to let someone else in. But I'm telling you, this is one of the biggest areas for your growth, is for you to start to trust again. Open up your heart. You're so guarded. You're so shut down. This is the state of suffering. Energetically, you're contracted. You're closed off. And it's time to open back up. It's time to start trusting again. Healing again. Having some forgiveness. Right? Not carrying around all that guilt and shame for the rest of your days during this lifetime. Maybe this will be the time that you get it right and you set yourself free and you set your ancestors free and you truly do transcend. I believe this is where a lot of things are happening right now. And I know that can be challenging for some people to hear, but I know that the right people, it's in alignment with you. It's resonating with you. But yet, you still got that dark energy in terms of the inner critic that is gonna have you pull up short, half step. Try and ignore this message. Try and move on and forget that you heard all this stuff. Start questioning its validity. When it's just like, instead of just sitting there thinking about, is this truth? Why don't you go prove it to yourself? I guarantee you, if you start doing things, right? And what kind of things am I talking about? Different things, new things, journaling, right? Breath work, getting sober, getting a therapist if necessary, right? Getting some help. When you start doing those types of things, wow, you're going to get better. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. But if you sit there and think about it for a whole nother year, 10 years, whatever, so be it, man. So be it. It just wasn't your time. Those of you that it is your time, I'm cheering for you. I'm celebrating you. I'm showing up for you. Show up for me first. But I keep putting this message out there for you because you're willing and ready to put in the work. Keep going, right? Don't look for a quick fix. Don't look for temporary relief. Stay locked in, right? It's forever, right? 1% better forever. This is the journey. This is the way. This is what gives you real fulfillment, real pleasure, real excitement, real satisfaction with life, to really feel whole and complete, to feel the love, to feel joyful, and to feel peaceful, right? The time is now. I love you guys so much. I thank you so much for hearing this message. Share the message. If it's resonating with you, you never know. Someone else needs to hear this as well. I think everyone needs to hear this. And hopefully they are. Hopefully they're hearing it. But be greater than just hearing is that they're now responding. Respond. Are you ready to start responding? If you are, there's many actions that you can take every single day to become 1% better. But it starts with choosing you. And for me, that starts with taking care of yourself, which ultimately means being sober. Ridding yourself of chemical dependencies, things that only give you temporary relief. It never truly solves the real problem. The real problem is you. We are so afraid to face ourselves. Find the courage to face yourself. And if you need some help, reach out. I love you guys. You know the drill. Results kill excuses, because if it was easy, it wouldn't be worth it. Greg's out.